Good morning, evening, friend.
The desegregation decisions and other type of legislation and Supreme Court decisions depends upon changing the white man's mind. Our own mind has to be changed. We have to change our mind about ourselves.
In what way?
The importance of moral reformation, a knowledge of self. And for instance, the average so-called Negro, he doesn't think that he can go into business and provide jobs for himself. And because of this, he thinks that he can only get a job from the white man, or he can only get clothes from the white man, or he can only get food from the white man. The same thing that the white man has done for himself and his kind, if our people could if we could be cured of our slave mentality that was indoctrinated into us during slavery, we would realize that just as the white man can do these things for himself and his kind, we can get together in unity and harmony and do the same thing for ourselves and our kind.
There are a lot of African Americans that went to foreign soil to fight. They were fighting for freedoms in a foreign land that when they came home, they didn't enjoy themselves. Under that flag, with those veterans. So think about this. You go to Germany and you go overseas and you fight for freedoms of people you have no idea, have nothing in common with. In the very country that you're representing, when you come back to it, you're a second-class citizen.
Correct.
Me,
Agreed.
I have a very unique perspective, Skip.
Okay.
I'm from rural South Georgia.
You are.
The one thing that I've been for 48 years is black. That's what you see. You don't see my religion. You don't see my orientation. You don't know my political affiliation. But you see this. I see a guy selling CDs and he's killed. I see a guy selling loose leaf cigarettes and he's killed. We see what happened in Charleston. What 9 parishioners. He drives. Not only do they take him alive, they take him by Burger King because he's hungry. So you think we're supposed to be okay with this?
No.
In what system?
How do we solve it?
Let's just say that I've always appreciated the greatness that is Shannon Sharpe and Angela Rye, people who have always kept it real.
She's a Democratic strategist and CEO of Impact Strategies. Angela Rye, welcome to our show.
You inherently believe that I am not equal. If you inherently believed at the very beginning that I'm 3/5 of a human being, then you're never going to treat me the same because you don't value my life the same. And that is the problem.
If we take it back to educational matters, you would never thereby learn that Africans first domesticated the sheep, goats, and cow, developed the idea of trial by jury, and produced the first stringed instruments, but also gave the world its greatest boon in the discovery of iron. With that being said, we must learn to educate ourselves first on our own race and culture. The miseducation of the Negro reads, "It was well understood that in our educational system, if by teaching of history the white man could be further assured of his superiority, and the Negro could be made to feel that he always had been a failure, and that the subjection of his will to some other race is necessary, the freedom then would still be a slave. In other words, referring back to Dr. Malcolm X, slave mentality. Therefore, if the oppressors teach the Negro of his inferiority, the Negro will be made to feel inferior to any other/dominant race. If one does not know his history or his culture, how can you embrace your excellence within?